to speak on a podcast where we ain't holding our tongue or we ain't holding back from nothing or no one, first and foremost. So let's get that. Let's check that box and keep it pushing. So, speak on the podcast. Speak about the podcast is going to be about a number of different things. We're going to have hopefully a number of different guests, a couple of different people coming up here just talking. It's going to be about a lot of different stuff, man. Music. It's going to be about art. It's going to be about uh, everything, dude. Film, like everything, anything you can think of, we're gonna talk about. Speak on it. You're gonna talk about politics, football, basketball, sports, UFC, everything, just anything, whatever y'all want to talk about, we can talk about. Cause that's what I'm here. That's what I want this to be. I want to really, and although all that's gonna be a part of it, I really want this to be a platform, eventually, for people in San Marcos or in this area to get up, to uplift themselves, to show other people, even if it's not from my podcast per se, but if somebody hears you from my past podcast, listen to your music, and then they want you on their podcast, and you jump from there. Hey, there it is. Get that shit. The origins, the beginning of this podcast, why I wanted to start this podcast. A lot of people asked. Check it out. The views and all that shit, yeah, it does matter because what's gonna push this podcast. It's what's gonna make this podcast what it is. But I started this because I did music for so long, and I understood the full effect of visuals. Visuals is where it's at. You want to see that person's face that you're listening to, and because I'm the same way. I listen to a lot of podcasts. A lot of inspirations came to me whenever, because man, I've been listening to them, and I've always been like, man, I wonder if I could do that. I wonder if I could do that. Well, I'm here and I'm telling you I could do that, and I'm doing it. So, speak on a podcast. You're gonna hear that a lot. You're gonna end up hearing about it even more. Hopefully, not just by me, but by my peers, by yours. So, yeah, that's what it was, man. Just really what made me settle in and be like, okay, I'm gonna lock this in. Was my music. A lot of people heard my voice, but they couldn't put a face behind it. Well, say hi, nigga. Like, I'm here, and I hope that this shows that you can go other outlets. It's not just one thing. I'm looking forward to having a couple people. I had some plans and some dates set up to where we could do a podcast with a couple people from San Marcos, but the whole Texas turning into Alaska kind of got us. So gonna reschedule that. Gonna try to see if we can make that happen sometime soon. But as of right now, we're gonna go ahead and do this. This is just to give you a little insight. We will be dropping every Wednesday, so look forward to that every Wednesday. Our first guest is gonna be my youngin, Richie. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff, man. It's gonna be real informative, coming from a younger point of view. It's your knowledge, or not. It's really what you know, not just what you think you know. Cause I don't know everything, and I want to know a lot. Just because my body will stop growing, I mean, I can still gain a little weight, but just because my body, I can't grow no high, no taller, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean my mind got to stop growing. And that's one thing that I want you to be able to understand. Or the listeners or the viewers or whatever, don't want them to understand. And that's one thing that I'm really looking forward to, is just being that person to inform you a little more on certain things that you didn't understand, whether it be about street culture, whether it be about gangs, whether it be about certain type of music, whether it be about painting, whether it be about tattoos. Like, man, I'm hit up. Whether it be about clothing, shout out to Already Merch, Isaac. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. Whether it be about designs, graphic designs, whether it be about the podcast, you just want to know how to start the podcast. That's something that I will bring on episodes, as well as I got a lot of questions, man. Like, I want to know more. So there's a lot of people out there, DJs, musicians, that are not just your typical musicians. They're